Hello again. Welcome to 4 Minutes Closer to God. My name is Doug. Wanted to continue the discussion of Leviathan, that old sea creature that represents the ancient serpent, the devil. And so in that sense, it is kind of manifest evil or chaos. And so Satan is trying to bring chaos to the order God has established by twisting and shaping and moving it and causing people to believe a message that is not what God intended, which is how we started with Adam and Eve. And so we have this spiritual essence of chaos operating in the world because humans have allowed it in, and God, in offering us free will to both the spiritual creatures of that higher dimension as well as humans who live on earth, we get a spiritual component working against our better interests, because Satan's purpose is to steal, kill, and destroy, and we are trying to work against that as we grow more and more in Christ's likeness. So as we are reconciled to God, then we can begin a ministry of reconciliation with those around us, and even with nature and communities and corporations, meaning corporate bodies, including countries and actual businesses. And so one of the things that is important is the spiritual aspect of Leviathan has been called by those in spiritual warfare to come down to 7 heads of Leviathan. There are the negative heads and the positive heads. The first one is light. The second one is the air. The third one has to do with life, but also matter, just the existence of things in a material sense. We have the 4th head of time, the 5th head of sound, 6th head of motion, and the 7th head of essence. And so people who have done spiritual warfare against a Leviathan type being find that it's different than a demonic source. And so when they're doing their spiritual warfare, we get this different kind of aspect against which they're operating. And so in my own life, my wife and I will tend to have a negative head of Leviathan number 5, which has to do with sound. So I will say something, and my wife then will repeat back to me just the opposite. So somehow in the air, the message is twisted, the way Leviathan would twist anything to create chaos. And so it requires patience, mercy, and grace to be able to communicate well. And we've learned over time how to do that. And so Leviathan fights against us in all those different components. But when they are redeemed, then we have a life that is flowing easier. We don't have things wear out as fast as normal. We get to see things that are there and be seen as we are meant to be seen. Those sorts of things are the positive and negative heads of Leviathan that work in opposition to each other.